Life is weird.
Super weird.
So, what did we decide to do with our fascination for the strange and unusual?
We made a podcast about it. This is Weirdify. Now,
let's get weird. Hi, welcome to Weirdify.
Hi, welcome to Weirdify.
Thanks for joining us again. Here we go.
I'm Haley.
And I am Amanda. For a second, I thought you forgot your name. I was like,
I can't help you with that one. I mean, I can, but...
I wouldn't put it past me, but no, I definitely remembered. I was just channeling something, I guess. I am Amanda.
Are you, though?
And that's Haley. Welcome to another round of Weirdify.
Yes, another round of weird stuff. Very exciting. Very strange.
Yes. We're coming at you again from the... I have an updated name. The Weirdifort.
Oh my. Is that why when I said earlier and you were like, wait, I want to talk to you about the hashtag podcast fort?
Yeah, that.
Hashtag Weirdifort?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm,
all right. Scratch hashtag podcast fort.
Yeah.
It's the hashtag Weirdifort.
It's the hashtag Weirdifort. That's compliments of hashtag dad. Unicorn dad.
Hashtag unicorn dad. He came up with that?
Shocking, right?
Jim, you're my hero.
Oh my God.
By this point, your dad knows how much I love him, so it's fine.
It is true. It's true.
That is brilliant. I feel like we need one of those wooden signs that says, no girls allowed. I mean, obviously there will be girls
Except
allowed.
for the only hosts that ever come in this room.
Yeah, but we need oh my gosh, one of those wooden painted signs that just says
Weirdifort.
Weirdifort.
Oh my God. It's just getting better.
It's like Will's fort in the forest in Stranger Things.
This is great.
This is our Weirdifort.
I love it.
Oh,
yeah.
That's the best thing ever.
So that's where we're going to continue to come at you. And it's just great in here.
It is.
It's cozy. It's warm. We have fairy lights now. We can see.
We've had fairy lights. We talked about it in the last episode.
Oh, we did?
Yeah. Remember I was like, I can't stop staring at it. I'm like a cat.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, they're still here.
The fairy lights are still here.
They're doing great.
Yeah. We have a neon sign. Should we mention our neon sign?
Sure. We got a neon sign that says, let's get weird.
Yeah, because it's only appropriate.
And it's pink.
Pink.
And it's so happy.
It is. It's letting off a beautiful pinkish hue to this entire little space.
Yeah, it's pretty magical.
Yeah, we say this every time. It's a vibe, but it's really a vibe now.
Yeah, the neon sign really was the cherry.
It was the cherry.
I think for the vibe.
Yeah.
Also, we have this sewn little blanket to topper off our fort.
Yeah,
from
it matches
a friend of mine.
It matches our microphone shower cap.
Yeah, it's just great. We'll have to finally post a picture so we can stop teasing you guys about how great it is in here.
I know, seriously, we're such teases. It's coming. But anyway, on to this week's episode. Episode.
What is the topic this week, Miss Haley?
We're on episode 9 and
of
this
Weirdify. Episode 9 of Weirdify. I had to take it over for you.
Thank you. That's fine. So this week we are talking about weird games.
Ew.
Yeah.
I don't know what you have brought, but you've told me it's creepy.
It is, but I'm going second.
I know. So we're going to end on a creepy note.
I'm good at that. That's my forte.
I mean, okay, but not really, because you're not a creepy person.
No, but that's why it's kind of a turn.
I know. I kind of love it. Because you're just not so... I don't know. What am I trying to say here? When you think of Haley, you don't think of dark and creepy. No, you think of happy, peppy.
Like a unicorn queef.
Oh my God. That's not where my mind goes.
Like a little of glitter.
Apparently this is where some people's mind go. So Haley is just a unicorn queef of glitter. And then she brings some of these stories. And I'm like, oh my God.
I know.
Oh my God.
Have you seen the things on... It's probably all over the internet, but I see it on Instagram. And it's people that are like, I have 2 personalities. And it's this super girly chick in all pink with rainbow hair. And she looks like a living unicorn. And then there's this super gothic emo chick. And she has black eye makeup and is in all black and just is I hate the world. And it's I have 2 personalities.
I've seen those on TikTok lately, but they're guys. and it's so cool. And it's like this handsome guy that's just like walking, and then he turns into just the most beautiful, full like rainbow wig too. And you're just like, oh my gosh, wow, that's wonderfully amazing.
Yeah, that's basically
like same but different.
Yeah, that's basically me. So I have to add a little bit of dark to
balance it out, I guess.
Sure. I don't know what the opposite of a unicorn queef of glitter would be. I don't really care to know. I
have a feeling you're going to tell us about it later.
Yeah. Well,
maybe.
Sure.
Maybe not.
So, but anyway, on to weird games. So, games, or I guess you could call them maybe rituals. I don't know. Things like, think like sleepover, like light as a feather, stiff as a board, blardy, 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 blar type stuff. So anyway.
All of that. All of those things.
Amanda gets to go first. She gets to go first.
There was a game that I saw. I think oh my gosh, I don't even know if I'm going to remember the name, but the premise of the game, it was played a long time ago. Actually, around the same time that the game I'm covering is played. And you would pour flour in a pile, like baking flour.
Okay.
You would set a bullet on top of it, and then each person would take turns hitting it. And if the
the bullet or the pile?
Like, I don't know. They would take turns. I think it was like with the stick, and you basically wanted to like stick your stick in and out of the flour without the bullet moving, because if the bullet fell into the flour, you had to then try and get to the bullet with your teeth.
Oh, I just assumed it was like a weird old-fashioned Jenga. You know what I mean? Where it's like you don't want the tower to fall.
Like eat and potentially inhale flour.
Oh, that's not where I saw that going. That sounds like a lot of fun. If you
would have more toys than they did back then, I think.
Yeah. I mean, what's like a stick and hoop?
Hoop stick? You want to talk about some hoop stick? We can talk about hoop stick all day. That's my favorite game.
Oh my gosh. If my dad was here, he'd probably be like, I remember back in my day, we didn't even have no hoop stick.
We had a hoop and a stick, but it was not hoop stick. They hadn't combined the two yet.
They're making my dad sound like he's like 85 years old.
Yeah, he's really not.
He's not. He's not young, but he's not like ancient either. So
sorry, Will.
It's okay. He comes by.
You're young in my heart.
Oh my gosh. All right. I'm ready. Are you ready?
I think so.
Okay, we've gone on a lot of tangent. Go for it, boo.
Have you ever heard of Snapdragon?
No.
Okay. Snapdragon is a game that I'm doing. It's also called Flapdragon, just depending on...
Flapdragon?
Flapdragon.
Let your free flaps fly.
Pretty much. It was a popular parlor game from the 16th century that actually carried on for hundreds of years. It was generally played around Christmas Eve, but sometimes it was played on Halloween.
Oh.
Some places say you get drunk and play this game, and I like that version, so we're rolling with it.
Everything's better when you're a little tipsy.
But then the other funny thing is that it's like, oh yeah, this is like the game that the kids would play, so I don't know. The kids are getting drunk. We're all just
you act fairly like childlike, I guess some people do when they have alcohol in their system. So
maybe in the 16th century they were less lax on kids drinking. I don't know.
You had a rough day, Billy. You're only 8. It's fine. Have a pint.
You know what? Have a pint. Let me tell you what. It's going to relax you. Oh, Billy's Lord. Like, I like this. All right, Billy. So, step 1. With a group of your friends, get drunk. Next, find a shallow, wide bowl and place fruit in it.
Bowl. I think it's a bowl, like with horns.
Oh, no, bowl.
I was like, a deep, shallow bowl? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They're hard to come by. But if you look hard enough, you might find one.
Okay, so find a bowl and put fruit in it.
Yes, a wide, shallow bowl and put fruit in it.
Okay.
Any of the following fruits are acceptable, but are not limited to grapes, figs, raisins, almonds, plums, dates. Then you're going to fill the bowl with warmed brandy or other flammable liquor, but traditionally brandy. Then you're going to turn off the lights, or in the 16th century, you're going to blow out the candles.
Oh my gosh. That's
okay. Funny. And then you're going to light the bowl on fire.
Okay.
All right. So apparently the flames get so hot that they turn blue.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And then Once the bowl is lit, the game is simple enough. Taking turns retrieving the fruit, the objective is to get as many as you can out and eaten without getting burnt or getting burnt very little.
Wow, okay.
Another point of the game is to see your friends look like demons as they eat raisins that are on fire.
So what makes them look like a demon? They're just
well, you turn off all the
fire.
lights, and so you're all like lit from this, brandy, and then you're taking out a on fire raisin, and then you're putting that into your mouth and extinguishing it, all while it's pitch black except for the fire.
Huh,
so it's just like a haunting.
Interesting.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. There's also traditions associated with this game. One being that the person who ate the most flaming treats would find their true love within the year.
Oh.
In another variation, there's a raisin with a golden button. And if you pick that raisin, I spelled raisin wrong.
How did you spell raisin?
Raison.
Raisin.
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 And if you pick the golden raisin...
That's making it in the title. I don't know what mine will be, but it's the golden raisin.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
okay. You get some sort of favor granted of your choice or some sort of prize.
From who?
The host. Whoever's house or party that you're at.
I see. Okay.
It just depends on the tradition. So maybe they're doing, get the golden raisin, and then you get a prize.
Okay.
Okay, so Robert Chambers actually writes about a chant associated with this game in the Book of Days from 1879. It goes like this. Here he comes with flaming bowl. Don't he mean to take his toll? Snip, snap, dragon. Take care you don't take too much. Be not greedy in your clutch. Snip, snap, dragon. With his blue and lapping tongue, many of you will be stung. Snip, snap, dragon. For he snaps at all that comes, snatching at his feast of plums. Snip, snap, dragon. But old Christmas makes him come, though he looks so fee-fa-fum. Snip, snap, dragon. Don't ye fear him, but be bold. Out he goes, his flames are cold. Snip, snap, dragon. Okay, so that's just a little chant, I guess, that they would sing at parties.
Like it.
Or yeah. And then there's actually, this is my favorite part. It's probably why I'm ending with this part, but there is also a reference to the animal version of this game in Lewis Carroll's Through the Looking Glass. He writes, "Look on the branch above your head," said the gnat, "and there you'll find a snap-dragonfly. Its body is made of plum pudding, its wings of holly leaves, and its head is a raisin burning in brandy. And what does it live on?" "Frumenty and mince pie," the gnat replied, "and it makes its nest in a Christmas box."
Oh my gosh, how appropriate.
I know.
Oh.
So that's pretty much Snapdragon. Obviously, you can see why it's probably not really played too much
I would
anymore.
not play it with kids. I understand, obviously, things were different back in the 1600s.
Sure.
But nowadays, you can't trust young people to do anything.
Oh, no.
Without ruining it for everybody else. You can't trust anybody. Yeah, truly, not just kids.
Yeah.
But I could see how that would be, like, fun and
It's like
interesting.
exhilarating.
It is. I like it. I like it a lot. That's very cool.
And they would play it on Christmas Eve. So, like, what better way to wake up on Christmas morning than with burns on your mouth and your hand?
Yeah.
That is how I want to spend every Christmas forever.
I would not want to be the person playing. I would be the person that's watching all the action happen.
Same. Yeah, not for me.
But I can see how it'd be interesting.
Sure.
Just like a game of like, ooh.
Well, and like all the lights are off. Like, yeah, it's not just like your typical board game. It's like, okay, this is the game right now, and we're all going to eat some raisins that are on fire. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, some raisins that are on fire.
Or raisins. It sounds way prettier that way.
I agree. It almost makes it sound royal. The royal raisin.
The royal raisin. There's the California Raisins. Do you know the band, the California Raisins?
California Raisins.
And then there's the golden raisins.
Oh my gosh.
They're more superior cousins.
Truly. Okay. So that's my short but sweet.
It's okay. I like it.
Short but sweet Snapdragon.
It's very appropriate. I kind of wish we'd ended on that.
Yeah.
Because as always.
Yeah, she gotta bring it to hell.
Things are gonna take a turn. Things are gonna take a turn. I will say a disclaimer.
Oh my god.
On the record, me and Amanda and I, the ladies of Weirdify, did not... Wow, I didn't intend for that to rhyme. We do not advise playing this game.
Okay.
Please just don't do it. Just don't do it. The dog agrees.
My next
just don't.
Neighbor's dog agrees.
Play it.
Emphatically.
All right. So my game, have you ever heard of the elevator game?
Oh my gosh, no. Okay.
All right. So the elevator game is believed to have origins from either South Korea or Japan, but on the internet, most sources believe that it comes from South Korea. While games or quote-unquote rituals of a similar nature usually require either candles or mirrors or other weird objects, this one, as the name states, requires an elevator, and it is said that if you hit the elevator buttons in the correct order and follow all of the steps correctly,
oh no,
then you will actually be taken to another realm.
Oh, whoa. Okay. Oh God.
Sorry. So much worse stuff to come. Okay. There are many creepy games that you usually hear about being performed at sleepovers simply to scare each other, that most often don't work. So like I said, like light as a feather, stiff as a board, and most people would be like, oh, nothing really happened. But the distinct difference between the
What's light as a feather, stiff as a board?
Light as a feather, stiff as a board is usually, I've played it at sleepovers.
Well, just because I don't know, so other people
You don't know what it is?
Other people might not know.
Oh, okay. So essentially, there's one person in the middle. I remember when I did it, we laid on pillows. You just essentially put them like long ways the length of the person's body, and they just kind of lay with their arms at their sides with their eyes closed, and then each person, like all the other members of the sleepover, sit around the person and put both of their hands, their pointer and middle fingers together in like a number 2 but touching.
Okay. And
then you lightly put them under the person, and then you just continually say light as a feather, stiff as a board, rise body rise, and then essentially they're supposed to float.
Okay.
That's light as a feather, stiff as
Fun.
a board. Yeah.
Okay.
So games like that are normally just like done at sleepovers to try to scare each other. But the distinct difference of the elevator game is that it is said to actually be connected to a real life murder.
Oh, was this the girl that was found in the
Yes.
Okay.
No spoilers.
Oh, okay. She wasn't found in anything.
All right. So bear with me. The steps are a lot of like back and forth and ifs and thens and things like that, and there's a lot of floors that you go to and come back, and
okay,
just try to stay with me. I'll try to make it clear.
Okay.
The first step, obviously, find a building with an elevator that has at least 10 floors. Press the button for the 4th floor. Once that floor is reached, press the button for the 2nd floor. Once that floor is reached, press the button for the 6th floor. Once that floor is reached, press the button for the 2nd floor again. And then once you've returned to the 2nd floor, press the button for the 10th floor. And then once that floor gets reached, press the button for the 5th floor. And the 5th floor is where things start to get weird. So once you reach the 5th floor, it is said that a young woman may enter the elevator. Individuals playing the game are advised not to look at or speak to the woman, as she apparently is not the average woman. Wow.
One more time?
She is not the average woman that she appears to be.
Okay.
It is said that should you speak to or look at her, that she may decide that she wants to, quote, keep you for her own, yet it is unclear what specifically that entails.
Why are people doing this?
I don't know. That's why I said don't do it.
All right.
Okay, so once the woman has entered the elevator, press the button for the 1st floor, and then from here the game can go one of 2 ways.
Oh, boy.
The first way, should the elevator actually return to the 1st floor, then you are advised to get off of the elevator and do not look back or speak to the woman, and then the game is done. Or it could take a worse turn.
Oh, no.
The second option is that the elevator may go to the 10th floor instead of the 1st, even though you selected the 1st. Once it reaches the 10th floor, you can either stay on the elevator or step off, as this is the point where it is said that the elevator has reached another dimension. If you step off of the elevator, then the woman may try to speak to you asking, "What's wrong?" or "Where are you going?" Again, do not acknowledge or speak to her as you enter this new realm. And this is why when we heard that weird scream thing earlier, it freaked me out, because it says, do not acknowledge or speak to her as you enter this new realm, even if she happens to screech at you as you leave.
Oh, ew.
So I just imagined like walking away from this elevator and you know that there's this woman, but you can't look back or talk or acknowledge her. And she's just like,
okay. Sorry. Oh, man. I would want to get off that elevator.
I know.
Real bad.
Some refer to this other realm as hell.
That's just great. That's when I said, remember when I was like, Haley's gonna take us to hell. We've arrived.
We've arrived. Yeah, some refer to this other realm as hell, and some simply refer to it as the other world, but no one is sure exactly what it is.
Okay.
The most distinguishing element of this new realm is that it looks like a dark version of the real world.
Ew.
And there are no lights, and you are its only occupant.
Ew. Oh my gosh. Worse, and worse. Staying home. No.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, you're already getting scared?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just scary.
Okay.
I don't know.
Because it just means there's more to get scared about.
Oh, yeah, this was unsettling. Apparently, people say that there is a red cross that can be seen through a distant window as you're walking down this hallway.
I don't really like that at all.
I know, neither do I. If it's just dark and there's no lights except for this ominous red cross, it's probably not a good sign.
I'm the only person?
It's probably not. Yeah, it's probably not a good sign.
Ew.
Now, once you reach the other world, there are quite a few steps in order for you to get back to the real world, so bear with me. Again, this is kind of where it goes kind of all over the place. All right, so you sound like a rabid chipmunk.
I want to cut out whatever I just did with my body that made that noise, and then I want you to continue. I'm scared now.
I'm sorry. If you did not step off the elevator when arriving at the 10th floor, then you simply need to select the first floor button. Do not get off on any other floor than the first floor. And should any quote-unquote people, besides the woman, get on, do not interact with or look at them either. If you stepped off of the elevator when you arrived at the 10th floor, it is very important that you return to the exact same elevator that you originally had arrived.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Players may be dazed or confused, so it may be difficult to locate the specific elevator. But if you get on another elevator, then you will not be able to return to the real world at all.
Oh, fun.
Apparently, it's common for your elevator to also get further away from you as you try to get closer.
Okay.
Which makes for a fun time.
That sounds like you're never getting home.
If you do make it back to your original elevator, you must repeat the original button pattern. So the 4th to the 2nd to the 6th to the 2nd to the 10th to the 5th floors.
Okay.
Once on the 5th floor, select the first floor button and the elevator will begin to actually ascend, not descend, but ascend, even though you're selecting floors that are lower than where you're currently at.
Okay. We love a good ascension.
Yeah, fun stuff. So it will actually ascend its way to the first floor.
Oh.
And it is crucial
Got it. Okay.
not to let the elevator return back to the 10th floor. So in order to prevent this from happening, you just have to essentially button mash. Just select all the floors below the 10th floor and avoid as best you can arriving on the 10th floor.
Okay. Gonna do that.
Some do claim that apparently they feel compelled to continue to let the elevator complete its full ascension without interruption, which is real creepy. So something just takes over them and they're like, no, I need to go to the 10th floor.
Oh.
Yeah. Once the elevator has stopped its ascension and reaches the first floor finally, you must be extremely careful in making sure that this is actually the real world. If something seems off, even if it is just a single minute detail, then you need to complete the second step until you are positive that you have reached the actual real world. So whether it's a smell, a dog looks funky, I don't know, something's just off and you're like, this is weird, then you need to repeat the steps because it's not the actual real world.
Who's to say this is the actual real world?
I don't know. Apparently we're all living in a simulation anyway, so.
Well, that's kind of where my mind was going because I'm like, oh, people have unlocked like a hack.
Yeah.
Some sort of...
A glitch in the Matrix.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Not one I want to uncover.
No.
I'd rather pull out flaming raisins and eat them.
That sounds better.
Raisons.
Flaming raisins. The rules for the elevator game are very convoluted and lengthy, so most people believe that it is just something floating around the internet for fun, yet some have claimed that they have done it and then actually reached the other world and were able to return safely. I don't have any accounts because this would have gone on forever, but you can always look those up on like Reddit or something and look at other accounts of people who've actually gone through all the steps and what's happened.
Oh, no. I don't want to know. So did you read any of them?
No.
Oh, okay.
We can read them together after this if you want.
Oh, spooky, ooky, no.
Okay, so then this brings me to, I believe, what you already knew. This is the murder aspect or the true crime aspect of things.
Okay.
So this is the story of Elisa Lam.
Okay.
So Elisa Lam was a Canadian student who attended the University of British Columbia. At the beginning of 2013, Lam had gone on a solo trip to California, and she mainly used the Amtrak trains and inner-city buses as her means of transportation. And she apparently even stopped at our San Diego Zoo.
Oh, it's world famous.
It is world famous. So she arrived in Los Angeles and checked into the Cecil Hotel on January 26th, which is a famous LA hotel known for violence and suicides. It has since been rebranded to Stay on Main. It's no longer called the Cecil Hotel.
All right.
And then I know that you've never seen any American Horror Story seasons, but this is actually the inspiration for the American Horror Story Hotel season.
Okay, got it.
Really good. It's probably my favorite American Horror Story.
Okay.
Oh, so good.
No,
Oh,
thanks.
it has Lady Gaga in it too.
Oh, wow.
And she's a vampire.
Oh.
Anyway.
Intrigued, but not going to watch it.
Okay. Maybe I'll change your mind at one point. Lam had been diagnosed with depression and bipolar disorder and was on medication for this, but had no history of suicidal tendencies or ideation.
Okay.
She had been in contact with her parents every day of her vacation, but on January 31st, when she was supposed to actually leave the Cecil Hotel, her parents had not heard from her. Lam's parents immediately called the Los Angeles Police Department, and then they themselves flew to LA to assist with the search and helping find their daughter. The police searched the hotel as best they legally could, and they did actually make a statement saying that they weren't able to obviously search every room because they weren't able to search it without any probable cause that a crime had actually been committed there.
Right.
But they were able to look in all the places that they legally could.
Okay. Got it.
So employees of the hotel, as well as the owner of a bookstore nearby, said that they had seen Lam alone whenever they actually had seen her. So whether she was walking down the street or leaving the hotel, whatever, in the hotel lobby, or
She was always by herself?
she was always by herself.
Okay.
Because she was obviously traveling by herself, but there were no like random guys that she was with or other people.
Okay.
So on February 15th, the LAPD had released security camera footage of Elisa Lam that was dated February 1st. This is actually the last footage of her alive, or the last time she was quote unquote seen. Have you looked this up online if you've heard about this? You have?
Yeah.
Okay. So in the video, Lam can be seen entering the elevator where she goes over to the control panel and selects multiple buttons. She just essentially kind of drags her finger down the buttons. Mm-hmm. The doors never close, and Lam can be seen hiding in the, or what looks like she's hiding in the corner by the control panel. She does step up to the open doors, steps 1 foot out briefly, and like quickly looks at both ways down the hallway, and then comes back in.
Yeah, it's freaky. It's really unsettling.
It's really unsettling. Like, it's very, yeah. Elisa Lam, Cecil Hotel, you can probably security footage, and you should be able to find it. It's all over the internet. So she steps up to the open doors, steps 1 foot out, looks both ways down the hall, and then steps back into the elevator again, and then continues to press more buttons, some of them more than once. Mm-hmm. She continues to press, She then steps out of the elevator again and can be seen moving her hands in a very weird way, and seems to maybe be talking to someone that we cannot see. She does eventually leave the elevator, and then that's the last time she's seen. The next part's really, really sad. Yeah, the next time she's seen alive. During the investigation for Lam's body, guests of the Cecil Hotel were actually complaining about low water pressure. Some had even said that their water was black and had an unusual taste.
So awful.
I know. On the morning of February 19th, Elisa Lam's body was found in one of the 4 1,000-gallon water tanks that provided water for guest rooms, a kitchen, and a coffee shop at the Cecil Hotel. Her body was found floating in the tank, and she was naked, but clothes similar to what she had been wearing in the security footage were floating in the tank with her.
Yeah.
She was also apparently covered in a sand-like particulate.
What's that?
I'm assuming just like a substance that was similar to sand.
Oh, okay.
Like her body was just like covered in it.
Gotcha.
As she was floating there.
Gotcha.
The coroner apparently found no signs of sexual assault, and the only drugs that were in her system were just her normal medications for her bipolar disorder and depression. Mm-hmm. There was also no evidence of any recreational hallucinogens, there we go, or any other types of drugs.
Okay.
The water tanks were held down with concrete blocks, and the lids themselves would have been very difficult to close from the inside. Ugh. And police dogs had not detected any trace of her when they had sniffed around on the roof. They still are not 100% sure how Elisa Lam died, but the circumstances are very strange, and the footage is very unsettling and definitely a little out there. So watch with caution. Mm-hmm. Some people believe that she couldn't escape the other world and had fallen victim to the supposed woman in the elevator.
Oh, no.
Or whatever she may actually be. Moral of the story, do not play the elevator game.
No. Nobody should play that game. It's not very fun. It's not. There's no point, so don't do it.
It's A,
don't play it.
Don't play it. B, there's a lot of rules and a lot of order of buttons you need to press anyway.
And remember and do again and again if it doesn't work.
Yeah, so there's a lot of steps you have to keep track of and make sure you get correct, because then apparently you're going to be stuck in the other world. Mm-hmm. And risk the chance of never getting back to our own world.
Yeah.
But it also just sounds like a bad time. I don't want a lady screeching at me.
Nope, I don't.
When I can't tell her to, please stop.
Please stop.
Because even if you're nice and you're like, please stop, you're stuck there. And she wants to keep you for her own.
Yeah, and I don't like the sound of that.
No.
So, no.
No.
I would rather play Monopoly than that game. That's saying a lot.
Yeah, same. I'm not a Monopoly fan.
No. I'll stay at home and play some Rummy. Usually people don't want to play Rummy with me, though.
Oh, that was really sad. I don't know how to play Rummy. I'm not a big card person, but I think I played once with you, maybe. But if you retaught me, I'd play with you, so you didn't have to sit by yourself. Sweet.
Maybe I shouldn't say people don't want to play, but Alex doesn't particularly enjoy it. But when we went to visit our friends up in Nevada, like the first or second night we were there, like, do you want to play Rummy, Amanda? And my heart just grew wings and
there you
flew.
Go.
I was
See?
like, yes, can we play Rummy a million times? Thanks, guys.
Yeah, it's all good. They provided
so that's where I'll be, and not
in Nevada playing Rummy.
Just like somewhere playing cards.
Oh,
as opposed to sticking my hand in the golden Raisons or going to the underworld.
The other world.
The other world. Well, that was Gilly. Very spoopy.
Spoopy. The spoopiest.
The spoopiest.
It's getting spoopy in the hashtag Weirdify.
It's getting pretty spoopy in here. Actually, it already is very spoopy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you guys, please be smart.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't go looking for danger. There's a lot of games. I mean,
that are yucky.
Golden Raisins is just, you might have slight...
It's pronounced Raisins.
I'm sorry. Golden Raisins.
That's better.
I mean, they're on fire, so obviously that's just like a standard hazard, like a fire hazard.
Yeah, just
this one you just may never come back to reality.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
I know.
We don't like it.
Nope.
I don't want it. I rebuke it. So no.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
Yeah. If you guys have done other weird games, like even if you've done light as a feather, stiff as a board, and like I know I said that games like that normally don't quote unquote work, but maybe you have a spooky story where light as a feather, stiff as a board, made you float to the ceiling, or
you talk to the girl in the elevator.
Oh, and you're back, or you think you're back. Oh,
oh
that could get scary.
Yeah.
Or you've done other creepy games, or you have experienced any other weird anything.
Yeah.
I mean, we
don't really have like a parameter in which you need to stay in. It's kind of just
free-for-all. You can be like, they haven't done an episode on this yet. We don't care.
So you should suggest it on our Make Contact page on our website, weirdifypodcast.com, and tell us what topics we should cover.
Yeah.
Because we're kind of having fun choosing all these different topics, but eventually we might start circling back around. So if there's any that you want us to cover.
Yeah, and we're open to suggestion, 100%.
Absolutely.
And obviously we have our first listener episode up, which is super exciting. So same access. Just go to our Make Contact page on our website, weirdifypodcast.com. And submit it there. And then, you can also catch us on Instagram at Weirdify Podcast.
And Twitter at Weirdify Podcast. Everywhere we are at
Weirdify Podcast.
Oh, wow. We're morphing into one human being. It's incredible.
Were we not already?
That's true.
Thanks so much for listening, you guys. I guess we'll catch you in the next one.
Yeah, and until then, keep
it weird.